Yesterday in Cincinnati, the Padres youth delivered Logan Forsythe and James Darnell with RBI base hits in a 7-3 win. And Wade LeBlanc earned his first victory of the season, allowing the Reds only 2 hits in 6 innings. San Diego's own Aaron Harang seeks his 12th win tonight as we open a 7-game homestand. Petco Park in beautiful San Diego. Good to be home. The Padres, after that long 10-game road trip, open a 7-game home series against the New York Mets, the first of 3 on this Monday night. And good evening, everyone. Glad you're aboard. Mark Grant back from holiday. His batteries all recharged. Your hair's starting to grow. I mean, it's so exciting.
The dome is still shining.
The Padres... oh, goodness. It was a good road trip, 6-4, but it could have been a great one, except that the bullpen failed, and we had become so accustomed to their shutting the door on the opposition. It was a shock indeed. But at the same time, they picked up some bats that and runs that were uncommon as well. And against this knuckleballer we're going to see tonight, they did a good job.
It's going to be a rematch. R.A. Dickey on the hill. So my question is, folks, would you rather face a guy who throws 100 straight or face a guy who throws 72 to 77 with the knuckleball? Well, a lot of the players for the Padres against Dickey in New York stayed back nicely. I'm talking about Will Venable, that leadoff triple. Logan Forsythe, an RBI double. And then again, Will Venable with a single. A guy against Dickey, you swing hard, you might not hit the sweet spot, but the ball might fall in there and find a base hit somewhere. And the key is also, collectively, get into the bullpen of these New York Mets because they're not throwing the ball well. The numbers are very, very high.
Well, the starters and their bullpen ERAs are over 5, so the Padres would like to take advantage of that tonight. So what do we do with that? Dickey, here's one thing you have to do. Get to him early. Those 5 runs came in the first 3 innings. After that, he went 3 up, 3 down, 3 up, 3 down. So I guess the knuckleballer, you got to go get him right off the bat.
I think one thing that's particular about the Padres tonight is the secondary lead when they get runners on base. Why? Because Tolley behind the plate has a difficult time catching R.A. Dickey's knuckleball. So you see daylight, maybe a pass ball or a pitch just off the glove of Tolley, take that extra 90 feet. That could be a big key tonight for San Diego.
That's a good point. The best base stealing team in baseball, the San Diego Padres, have to take advantage. It's easier to steal against the knuckleball. The Mets come in here a little bit down. They've lost the last 5 in a row. The Padres would like to keep it just that way. Let's look at our starting pitching matchup on this Monday night. Robert Allen Dickey, he's 5-11, had a terrific season a year ago and signed an extended contract. He goes for his 6th win. Aaron Harang, the run support for the San Diego State star. Harang has been phenomenal. He tries to boost his record to 12-3 tonight. And our pitching matchup is brought to you by Discount Tire, where America saves on tires. Aaron Harang, a San Diego native. Wow, he belongs up there on the big wall. Ready to go against the Mets. The Padres and the Mets, first of three. Aaron Harang on the mound, ready to offer the first pitch of the game. Angel Pagan, the center fielder, leads it off for the Mets, and we're underway. High and away, ball one. Pagan hitting .254. 6 home runs. As you can see, 2 of those came in back-to-back games in New York against the Padres. That's in there. 90 on his first fastball strike.
I think that's a good key for Aaron Harang tonight. Velocity out of the chute. Sometimes Aaron will hover around 87-ish, 86 early. Gain velocity as the game goes on.
Off speed, just misses. 2-1, the changeup. Pagan, then Turner, and Wright for the New York Mets. They've lost 5 in a row and have won only 3 of their last 14. And he falls behind 3-1. Padres, on the other hand, have won 7 of their last 11.
Momentum is everything, and with a team like the Mets have lost 5 in a row, if you score first, you get that feeling in the dugout like, here we go. And that's, I think, what the Padres need to do. Shut them down here. They score in the first couple innings first, take their chances that way.
Well, they scored first yesterday in Cincinnati on their way to that 7-3 win. So when they score first, they're 33-16, better than 2-1. Full count to Pagan. Check swing, foul tip, strike 3. One after ball 4. Well, a look at Harang, the starting pitcher profile, brought to you by your San Diego County Cadillac dealer. Stop in tonight for an attractive lease or purchase offer. ERA just under 4. Gives up lots of hits, but he's the one pitcher on the Padre rotation that's gotten a lot of runs this year. This is Justin Turner, the second baseman, takes it high. Turner, a local lad, played at Cal State Fullerton. Off the head of the bat. 1-1. Well, the Mets, they're 4 games under 500, but without 3 tremendous hitters. And Terry Collins trying to get it done with some backups. High fly ball, left center. Maben has the second out. Lineup for New York is brought to you by the Prize Patrol, presented by Jerome's Furniture. Text winning to 269-411 to enter. We've seen Pagan and Turner make out. Here's the sensational fielding third baseman David Wright, and a good hitter as well. Hitting cleanup, young Lucas Duda. He's had a good month of August. Jason Bay, former Padre. Jason Pridey hit 6th, and Josh Tolley, the catcher. Ruben Tejada, the 21-year-old shortstop. And Dickey. High, deep fly ball by David Wright to left center field, but Maven's got a beat on it, and the inning comes to an end. Well, the New York Mets going after early pitches against Aaron Harang. They're out in order. University of Tennessee star, makes his home in Nashville. Incredible story. He, in order to survive in this game, born or didn't have as a youth an ulnar tendon in his right elbow, and still was an outstanding pitcher. And it wasn't until he was selected by Texas in the first round that they found out that something's wrong with this guy. He doesn't have all the equipment in his right elbow. But he's gone to the knuckleball with success, and Venable was able to triple off the right field wall to open up the game in New York and set the tone for 5 early runs.
Now, Dick, what you said about R.A. Dickey, you talk about a baseball game being a game of adjustments. That is a huge adjustment for R.A. Dickey, and it's a great story that he could be successful at the highest level by throwing that knuckleball.
Now the overcast, the marine layer, now is that going to help the knuckleballer? Will it make it move more or less?
Well, I'm not a meteorologist. My good friend Lauren Nancaro could probably give me the answer to this, but I would think the heavier air would benefit a knuckleball pitcher.
Broken bat out of play. That'll go just off the edge of the Mets dugout.
And the reason why I say that is because if there are more molecules of moisture in the air, which would cause resistance up against the ball, that would force the ball to move more. Rather than being very dry and low humidity, it would not help the knuckleball as much. Does that make sense?
Seems logical. In other words, he'd love to pitch in a rainstorm.
Yeah.
2 strikes, new piece of wood for Venable, and he fouls this one away. Now it looks as if Dickey early on has a good one going. The old formula, aim down the middle and hope it doesn't stay there. The one thing a knuckleballer doesn't want is what they call a tumbler, where he gets spin on the ball and then it doesn't do anything at all. He'll throw an occasional fastball. He threw some at 85, 86 miles an hour. So he's not like most knuckleballers that have a fastball maybe at 80. Good at bat for Venable, staying alive.
Well, his arsenal consists of the knuckleball we've talked about. He'll try to sneak attack a first pitch fastball at times, which tops out about 85. He'll mix in a slider rarely and also a changeup. So basically, knuckleball fastball from the right-hander.
Oh, that one hit him. So there's that knuckleball just floating. It's tough to control. It's tough to hit. It's tough to throw. It's tough to catch.
I think Dickey is arguing that the ball may have hit the knob of the bat, but I think it happened so quickly. I'm thinking that the ball maybe hit him in the wrist, and then let's take a look. You know what? The way the ball reacts off that bat, and there's the knuckleball grip. That's a hard knuckleball.
You see how that thing is just wiggling like a butterfly. He thinks it hit the bat, but Venable's on first, hit by a pitch.
And no argument from Terry Collins, the Mets manager.
That was an 8-pitch at bat for Venable. Here's Bartlett. That looked like the fastball.
82. Yep.
Most knuckleballers will throw around 70, 72. Not much speed at all. His is a little faster.
It is.
Most.
Mid-70s. He'll top out about 77 on that knuckleball. Ooh, had him leaning a little bit.
Padres come in as the major's best stealing team by far, 145. 26 more than the Yankees and Kansas City in second place. They got him. Venable was picked off yesterday, and he gets it again.
Well, had him leaning. Quick move from the feet, a dart thrower. Oh, it gets him on the belt with the tag.
Yeah, he was underneath the tag.
Kind of tough to see because Duda's foot was screening his hand, but the call by Jerry Davis is back to the dugout.
Two 2-0 to Bartlett. Gets a fastball, 2-0.
Oh, the knuckleball's a lot of fun. I always enjoyed watching guys like Tom Candiotti, Charlie Huff throw the knuckleball, the Necro brothers.
He comes back with another fastball at 85, so Bartlett not looking for that. Well, you mentioned Charlie Huff. That was his mentor in the Texas Rangers organization. And now the knuckleball, and it's fisted to second. Turner to Duda for the out. Buddy Black's Padres starting lineup brought to you by Evans Tire and Service Centers, home of the free alignment. Venable and Bartlett are gone. Cameron Maben steps in. Then Kyle Blanks hits cleanup. Jesus Guzman not in the lineup, third straight game, but he is available as a pinch hitter. Hudson bats fifth, Hundley sixth, Cunningham in left field seventh, Logan Forsythe eighth, and the pitcher Harang. Maben, 276. Take a look at the knuckleball.
Tom Candiotti was a great knuckleball throw. Look at that. And how many rotations is that? Well, it's kind of tough to tell. Maybe 2 at the most, maybe 2.5. I remember Tom Candiotti told me 1.5. If he could get his knuckleball to rotate 1.5 times by the time it left his hand to the catcher's glove, that was the ideal, perfect knuckleball.
Struck him out, and that was a fluttering knuckler. So after hitting Venable, Dickey makes it look easy with that knuckleball and mixing in some fastballs. Look at this thing. Oh, no movement at all.
Yeah.
That's wicked. Early July. We apologize to the tourists who have come to our fine city. Aaron Harang to Duda, Bay, and Pridey in the second inning for the Mets. Lucas Duda hitting .316 in August to raise his average up to that .276 mark. Good looking young hitter.
He's got that build from the left side that he can put some pop into the baseball. His last 10 games for Duda, hitting .313.
Jeff Nelson calls the balls and strikes in play-by-play form.
I've always liked that in an umpire. Let me know where it was. Ball or strike. Give the weather occasionally. No, that's a ball down and away, partly cloudy.
Promote the Tonight Show. Two and two to Duda. That ball is driven deep to right field, and it is way back. Duda, home run. And the Mets lead 1-0. As Stephen Foster would say, Duda, Duda. And did he club that one?
Yes, he did. And as I just mentioned, he's got that kind of swing from the left side that can put some pop into it. Aaron Harang tries to locate a two-seamer on the inner part of the plate, maybe off, and then get the inside corner. And he turned on that pitch nicely with some authority.
Number 5 for Duda. That almost made it into the second deck. Jason Bay hitting .248. 9 home runs. Walks more than any Met and strikes out more.
Well, that swing that Duda put on the baseball, I'm sure the late Rod Dedeaux would love it. He went to USC. He was a Trojan.
That's right.
Playing his collegiate days. Wow.
Foul back. That might. Oh, I thought we were going to finally get one. Just off the top of the upper tier. It's Greg Gibson behind the plate.
Oh, it is? Thank you very much.
1 ball, 2 strikes. So the Mets, even though they've lost Jose Reyes and Daniel Murphy and Carlos Beltran, still have the second best batting average as a team in the National League, second only to St. Louis. Bay can't find the slider. Second strikeout for Harang. Here's the Padre defense with Logan Forsythe at third, Bartlett and Hudson up the middle, and Blanks at first. Cunningham, Maben, and Venable left to right in the outfield. Nick Hundley behind the plate, and Harang on the mound. Jason Pridie. And the curveball drops low. Reyes, who's having a sensational year, leading the National League, .336, leads the team in runs, leads the league in triples, 34 stolen bases, and Murphy hitting .320. Murphy's out for the year. Reyes is due to come off the DL tomorrow, but word is that he's not ready. And then they trade Carlos Beltran, who had 15 homers. So you take those 3 bats out of the lineup, and they're still hitting.
Well, Reyes offers you so much. We know that. So when he is on the shelf, not only one guy, but maybe 2 or 3 guys have to pick up the slack.
Curveball to Pridie. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Josh Thole, the catcher who wore out Padre pitching in the series in New York, is on deck. Full count.
Well, one thing that I've always liked about Aaron Harang, and is evident this inning so far, after the home run from Duda, he bounces right back and makes quality pitches against Jason Bay. Now he's 1 strike away from getting Pridie. Maybe a slider here.
No, he loses it. Fastball away. The 1-out walk brings up Josh Thole. Thole in the game last Wednesday. It was the same matchup, Aaron Harang against R.A. Dickey. He had 4 hits, 3 singles and a double. He was 3 for 3 against Harang. Duda's home run giving the Mets the early lead tonight. 1-out walk to Pridie here in the second.
And for Aaron Harang, the mission is to keep it at 1. Maybe roll a double play ball here. Get Thole to roll over on something.
That ball's hit well to right field. Has he gotten Harang again into the Petco porch? And it is in there. A home run. 4 for 4. Tolley against Harang, and now a 2-run homer, his 4th of the season. It's 3-0.
An 0-1 slider, and I think Aaron wanted to locate it down and in. Oh, no, you know what? Hundley was set up away. He wanted to try to backdoor it. It looked like that ball leaked on the inner third. It was down and right in the wheelhouse, and he deposits that one into the porch. Those left-handers, some of them like that ball down and in, and Tolley hit a mistake there.
And seems mighty happy about it. 3-0, and the first pitch to Ruben Tejada, the young shortstop, is fouled off. Duda with a monstrous home run. Tolley finds the short part of the yard into that little enclave, Petco porch. Duda's 5th and Tolley's 3rd. Ground ball up the middle. Bartlett to Blanks for the out.
Well, that's the ground ball that Aaron needed when Tolley was at the plate, but once again, a good pitch down in the zone, keeping it on the ground.
Brings up the pitcher, Dickey, a good hitting pitcher in his 2 years in the American League, or in the National League after not hitting in the American League. He's got a .240 batting average. He's 8 for 40 this year, 200.
You can see his objective is he's trying to play a little game of pepper. He's choked up about 2-3 inches on that bat there. Tries to shorten the swing and just punch it right up the center of the diamond or go the other way.
That's a veteran of 36 years of age.
Mm-hmm.
Why swing from the heels if you just get the job done, knock a little line drive through the infield?
Especially an old codger at 36. I mean, come on.
Check swing roller. And the inning comes to an end, but the Mets score 3 runs on a pair of home runs, and at the middle of the 2nd inning, New York 3-0. Celebrated the spirit of 45, a day of national remembrance honoring the achievements of the men and women of the World War II generation, and more than 200 of the veterans from World War II are here as guests of the Padre management. And there's one of our heroes, Jerry Coleman, who served not only in World War II but the Korean War. An ace indeed. Mm-hmm. And you know, he didn't want any recognition, typical Jerry, but that's typical of the great veterans of our wars. You know, but for the heroism of those people, how many people here in the stadium might not have existed.
Right.
R.A. Dickey to Kyle Blanks. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's got a good one tonight. He didn't seem to find the best of his knuckleballs until after he was down 5-0 in New York. And he throws the fastball to keep Blanks honest.
You know, for some pitchers, the breaking ball and the changeup, they use it as a look-see pitch. Dickey will throw that fastball as a show-me pitch out of the zone to get you off balance.
That one loops to right center and will fall for a base hit. Padres have their first base knock. Let's check the defense of the Mets, brought to you by North County GMC, a Southern California tradition for over 20 years. Wright, a brilliant defender at third. Tejada made some mistakes defensively, but also showed some terrific range and a great arm at short. He's only 21. Turner and Duda on the right side of the infield. Bay, Pagan, Pridey in the outfield left to right. Tolley behind the plate, and Dickey on the mound. Orlando Hudson, a couple of hits yesterday, including an RBI triple. Fastball missing. His numbers from the left side not quite as good as those from the right, hitting .234 as a lefty. 2-0.
You know, as I mentioned in the pregame show, the swings to take off of Dickey. Okay, the knuckleball, it's going to be moving, right? Put your best swing on it. Even if you don't hit the sweet spot, you might hit it down by the label, you might hit it off the end of the bat, and you may get some of those flares like Kyle Blanks just got into shallow right center field. Don't feel for the ball. Hack at it.
Got a fastball and fouls it away.
I guess what I'm trying to say is take the same hack as if you were facing the guy at 95.
Hard to do because you're just trying to read where is that ball going.
And you have to stay back, let it travel. Randy Reddy talking to his hitters, doing just that. And it's hard to practice to hit off a knuckleball unless you've got a machine that you can throw out there.
2-2, another fastball. So he is quite unpredictable. Backs up the fastball with another.
I know growing up, Dick, you were being a huge baseball fan. As I was growing up in the Chicagoland area, I loved to watch Wilbur Wood pitch.
Left-handed knuckler.
He pitched back ends of a doubleheader once. Started the first game and the second game.
Ground ball left side. That's going to be a tough play for Wright. He's a good one. He doesn't get Hudson, however. He was well off the line, and the ball not hit that hard, so Wright had to range far to his right, and the off-balance throw does not get Hudson. So there's the case in point, Mark Grant. A bloop single by Blanks and just a slow rolling single for Hudson.
And Hudson gets jammed, but it's the same aggressive swing. If it were a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, the ball moved in on him. David Wright was playing well off the line. That's a backhand attempt by the third baseman. And the Padres got a little rally going.
First pitch is a strike to Nick Hundley. Checks in at 238. First at bat after some 5 weeks on the DL, a home run. Left center field in Cincinnati. Well, a chance for the Padres to scratch out some runs here in the second inning off Dickey. 1-1.
Yeah, it looks like that Josh Tolley, the catcher for the New York Mets, he might have to use a little GPS to find that baseball when he catches it in that glove. Look at the size of that glove. That's almost like a first baseman's glove. Bigger glove.
Fly ball to right field. Drifting back is Pridey, tagging his Blanks, but does not try to advance. I think he could have made it. 1 out. We're talking about David Wright in the 4-game series in New York. He just made one sterling play after another. Here's a sample of his ability at third base. Charging, bare hand. How about this effort? And that shot there, you know, he's able to rock and fire and throw out. Look at this. Takes a double away from the Padres. Yeah, he's quite something, David Wright.
Yes, he is. He's not afraid to get dirty. He plays out there with reckless abandon. He's sacrificing his body, going to his right, going to his left, going out, coming in.
Ball driven to left center field. Pagan going after it and makes the catch. Tagging his blanks. Cunningham hit it on the nose, but Pagan able to run it down. That was aimed for the alley. Could have scored a couple.
Well, at first, I was kind of puzzled by the way Pagan went to this baseball. He was going exit stage right and then kind of veered towards the gap. That ball had a little bit of hair on it than I anticipated. At first, I really didn't think it was going to go as well as it did.
So 2 outs, first and third, and Logan Forsythe. A couple of hits yesterday, and his RBI was his 9th as a Padre. Last 9 games, batting .276. Starting to feel more and more comfortable at big league level. Blanks at third. Hudson at first base with 2 gone. And he hits the outside corner with a fastball.
Hey, as a knuckleballer, if R.A. Dickey can paint with that fastball on the outside part and flutter that knuckleball up there, he'll take his chances with that.
The other advantage of being a knuckleballer, and you already reflected on Wilbur Wood pitching both ends of a doubleheader, is their durability. There's not a lot of strain on their arm. It's just like throwing darts.
Yep.
And so Dickey almost he can write in 6, 7, 8 innings when he pitches, win or lose.
It's a fun pitch if you can master it. Hey, if you're talented enough and you can throw that and you want to pitch in the big leagues till you're 50 years old, have at it. I remember Charlie Huff when he was towards the latter days of his career. He would go down to the bullpen for a 7:05 game. It'd be like 5 minutes to 7. give him 8, 12 minutes to warm up. He's good to go.
Boyd Wilhelm, he pitched to almost 50 years of age. Made the Hall of Fame with the knuckleball, as did Phil Niekro. Whoa, that one hit him. Forsythe didn't do a lot to get out of the way. He took one for the team, and you saw Dickey say, oh, come on, you could have ducked that one, but that's also the risk of that pitch.
I was just going to mention that, and let's check it out. There's the knuckleball grip from Dickey. It's the ball that leaks on the inner half. He does the old Tim Flannery right here, putting his kind of turning, but hoping maybe, I'm going to take one from the team, as you mentioned, Dick. With 2 outs, load the bases, and who knows what Aaron Harang can do.
Not much with that swing. Blanks at third, needs to be alert. Those knucklers can get away sometimes. And Harang down on the count, 2 strikes.
As a kid playing catch, did you ever mess around throwing a knuckleball?
Yeah,
Everybody did, right?
Right, I couldn't do it. My dad had big hands. He could throw a forkball, which does the same thing.
Elroy Face.
Yeah. Would just come up there with no motion at all. And then he'd laugh when I get hit with it because I couldn't catch it.
There's the knuckleball grip. He's got the fangs working.
Chopped out toward third. Dickey throws out Harang. And a promising inning comes to an end. No runs, 2 hits, and 3 men left after 2 here at Petco. The Mets a 3-0 lead. As the Padres entertain the Marlins, a 135 game, but it's recommended you be in the ballpark in your seats at 12:30 for what should be a very exciting tribute to the all-time saves leader, the Padres' own Trevor Hoffman. Get your tickets before they're gone at padres.com/Trevor. And in saluting Trevor Hoffman, we're going to go through his milestone saves. Here's number 100, April '97 against Scott Rowland and the Philadelphia Phillies, the final strikeout.
Boy, I tell you what, we know of the changeup that Trevor Hoffman had, but he can also spot that fastball with a little bit of giddy up as well now. Don't forget about the heater.
Angel Pagan struck out his first time, went after ball 4. Slider on the outside corner. Each team with 2 hits, but the Mets have 2 home runs and the Padres a couple of singles. .6:30 tomorrow night for game 2 of this series. 6:30 our television time here on Channel 4 San Diego. Corey Lupke against Jonathan Neese. Line drive, base hit, right field. Solid single by Pagan.
Well, it looked like that slider just kind of rolled up there. It didn't have the bite, and as you take a second look, when Pagan does a nice job, he kind of drifts, but he gets the sweet spot of that baseball bat on the pitch and hits that cleanly.
Brings up second baseman Justin Turner. He flied to center.
That one just kind of rolled up there.
Some New York fans here chanting "Let's go Mets," receiving some boos from San Diego fans.
Pretty good heater at 92, just missing on the outside part of the plate. You know, I hear that "Let's go Mets" chant, and it takes me back to the days of the mid-'80s, and of course the World Championship in '86. But you get that Shea Stadium crowd back in the day when it was packed and it was playoff atmosphere every night. That could strike the fear into the young players of the opposition.
Pagan bluffing, and Turner takes the strike. 1-1. 2 for 1 Tuesday tomorrow night. Get 2 tickets for the price of 1 in special sections at Petco Park. Good to see Corey Lupke. The Mets were raving about his stuff, even though he didn't get the win. The Padres did that night. Runner goes, swung on and missed. They got him hung up. Pagan tagged out. Might have been the hit and run. Pagan said he never touched me. But from the angle of first base umpire Jerry Davis, he's out. 2 for 3 on the caught stealing.
Well, Pagan can't believe it. Terry Collins is going to have a word with Jerry Davis. Jerry Davis, probably one of the better umpires in all of Major League Baseball, all the way around. The way he calls the game and also the way he handles himself on the field. This is the old 2 4, and Orlando kind of almost gives this ball up a little bit, and you know what? He might have had the whiff. Pagan may have been safe. This might give us a different look. You see daylight? Kind of tough to tell there, but on that last look, he may have been safe.
Turner grounds out. 6-3, 2 away. Yeah, well, from that angle, it doesn't look as if Blank's got a piece of him.
Yeah.
But the illusion from Davis's perspective behind the play, that's tough to read.
I think he was safe, and I think the Padres caught a break.
So 2 gone, and David Wright, who sent a long fly ball to left center field his first time. Slider for a strike. Wright, a milestone of his own, 700 career RBIs.
Well, that's a good tight slider from Harang.
Fastball upstairs. Wright and Bay, with 9 home runs, are the current leaders in that department, with Beltran gone. He had 15 before being traded. Slider again, just missed. 2-2.
He has thrown that slider with conviction. Aaron Harang is. Hey, why not throw another one here? You know David Wright loves the fastball.
Foul tip into the glove of Hundley. Strike 3. Harang has his 3rd strikeout. No runs to hit. No one left. Middle of the 3rd. Padres will bring up the top of the order. Venable, Bartlett, and Maben. To you by the 9 Honda dealers of San Diego County. Stop by and test drive the all-new redesigned 2012 Civic and check out the latest offers on the full lineup of Hondas. Bottom of the 3rd inning, 3-0 Mets. Will Venable leads it off for the Padres. He was hit by a pitch and then picked off by Dickey. It was on Saturday. He led off in Cincinnati in the 1st inning with a single and was picked off. There's that knuckleball. It's devilish. Did you ever work on a staff that had a pitcher or two that threw the knuckler with some effectiveness?
Not a full-time guy, but
there's another little soft fly ball to right, and a catch by Friday. Jason Friday runs it down.
Think of it as being an outfielder. You see that big swing. He doesn't hit it on the sweet spot. Now you have to make an adjustment. Friday on the run. Catches it right next to that beard of his. Got to be on your toes.
That one just hung up there a little too long off the bat of Venable. Here's Jason Bartlett. Grounded to second base, his first at bat. Fastball starts at 85.
Did not play full time with the guy who threw a knuckleball, Dick, but I do have a winter ball story. In Puerto Rico, 1985, my roommate was Tom Candiotti.
Ground ball, weakly to short. Tejada takes care of business, and there's 2 gone.
And he was signed as a minor league free agent by the Cleveland Indians. And they told him to go down to winter ball and throw nothing but knuckleballs. We want you to be in our rotation next year. And he went down there and worked strictly on the knuckleball. And he pitched another, my goodness, he must have pitched another 10 years in the big leagues.
Did you ever try to catch him?
We did play catch in the outfield, and I had many black and blue marks on my shins. Yes.
You want to put on a mask when you play catch with a knuckleballer. Cameron Maben struck out swinging his first time, the only strikeout for Dickey. Line drive, base hit. He may have gotten a fastball and rifles it to right field. 3rd hit for the Padres, and brings up Kyle Blanks.
Let's take a look. Oh, you know what? It was a knuckleball, but you're right. I thought that ball hit a little extra fuzz on it. It might have been a fastball, but after second look, you can see the grip on the knuckleball, a hard knuckleball at 78.
Blanks looked to single to right field. His first at bat. He gets a legitimate fastball, 84.
When I got traded from the Padres to the Braves in 1990, Phil Niekro, Nuxie, was our bullpen coach. I had the pleasure of playing catch with Nuxie as well. That was a treat. Boy, he had a good one.
Maben with his 31 stolen bases, certainly a threat here early in this game, trailing 3-0. Try to get in position to score on a single. Pitch out. 1-1.
In fact, the late great Bobby Mercer was quoted saying, trying to hit Phil Niekro is like trying to eat Jello with chopsticks. Sometimes you get a piece, but most of the time you get hungry.
How true that is. 1-1.
I like Dick Allen's quote. Big Dick Allen, remember? Big power hitter. I never worried about it. I just took my 3 swings, go sit on the bench. I'm afraid if I ever think about hitting it, I'm just going to mess up my swing for life. End quote. Take your hacks and sit down.
2-2 down to Blanks. Yeah, nobody favors having to hit against it. You can only hope that the control is off or they get too much spin.
Remember the great hitting coach Charlie Lau, Dick? Remember George Brett was his student. He said there are 2 theories on catching the knuckleball. Unfortunately, neither of the theories work.
As we said in New York, Bob Uecker said it's easy to catch the knuckleball. You just wait till it stops rolling, go back to the screen and get it.
Ripped, fair ball into the corner. That's going to go all the way down into the corner. Running all the way is Maben. He should be able to score. Here he comes digging for home, and he's in with the run. It's 3-1. Kyle Blanks rifles a double into the corner. And the Padres get one of those runs back. They had the right man running from first base.
No doubt about that with Maben on. It's a knuckleball that's left elevated on the inner part of the plate. He spins on it, and Daddy Longlegs kind of trips a little bit around second base, but he gets that arm a swinging. He gets those legs a moving, and the Padres are on the board.
Orlando Hudson, an infield hit his first time. Oh, that's a good job of catching that one by Tolley. That was diving away from him. Pulled to the right side, and an easy play for Duda. Takes him right to the bag, and that's it for the Padres. But they do get a run on a couple of hits. Leave a man at second. After 3, Mets 3, Padres 1.
AT&T Wireless. Tonight's question: who is the Mets' all-time leader in home runs? And the same man is the all-time leader in RBIs. We'll have the answer for you bottom half of the inning. 3-1 Mets. Duda, who homered his first time. Ball one. "25 years of age. Born in Riverside. 2-0 in the minor leagues. Last year with Binghamton Buffalo, the top farm club of the Mets, and then coming up with the Mets as for his first time. He had a combined 27 home runs. Went to high school in Riverside at Arlington High and played 3 years with the Trojans at Southern Cal.
Fight on, right?
Yeah, he's shown major league power, that's for sure. That haven't gotten the measurement on the home run that he hit in the second inning, but it had to be 400 plus. 435, in fact. They're just displaying it now, and there's a line drive left field, charging and making the catch is Aaron Cunningham. Off the bat, that looked like a solid single to left, but Cunningham steals it.
And if you're scoring at home, put a little star next to that 7 in your scorebook, because happy days out there in left field for Aaron Cunningham. Sit on it, Potsy. Nice grab.
Well, we've seen a couple of successful outfielders diving and making a catch. Right fielder Pridey took one away from Venable, but that wasn't as difficult as the one Cunningham just made. Jason Bay struck out his first time.
Boy, he laid out big time on that, did he not? It's got to hurt the rib cage a little bit.
Ground ball, shortstop Bartlett. And Bay is out. 2 gone in the 4th. Pridey comes up. His walk proved costly for Aaron Harang and the Padres because Josh Tolley followed with a 2-run homer into Petco Porch for a 3-run inning. Duda's homer, a solo, and then Pridey's about 100 feet shorter, but he found the right spot.
I'll tell you what, I'd like to have a beard growing contest between Brian Wilson and Jason Pridey. I mean, if he let that one go, he's right up there with Brian Wilson now.
No, he needs another year, though.
Yeah,
I mean, Wilson pitched tonight in Atlanta. He almost has to tuck it inside his jersey. It's getting so long.
Yeah, that's just a spring training beard there. You give a full season, he might compete with Wilson.
1-1. That's too low.
Aaron Harang breaking out the changeup to these Mets hitters, second time around.
Fastball at 90.
Pridey must have been guessing something else off speed. I mean, he's kind of shaking his head and kind of talking to himself after that fastball right down the center of the plate. 2-1 to go 2-2. Well, you're right, Dick. There is no doubt where the pitch is with Greg Gibson behind the plate. He lets you know.
And ball 4, so he walks for the second time. A slider that missed. The only 2 walks allowed by Harang to Pridey, and that brings up Tolley, the catcher. And Harang hasn't figured a way to get him out. 4 for 4, including the 2-run home run the last at bat. Runner goes. Throw by Hundley. Not even close. Friday has his 6th stolen base.
Aaron Harang really doesn't use a slide step, although he is trying to be quick on the front side to give his catcher, Nick Hundley, a little bit of a chance to get the runner. And, oh, you know what? He blocked his foot. I was wondering if he blocked his hand there, Jason Bartlett, but he is in safely.
Yeah, he had to grab at the bag and just got it there before the tag attempt. So a walk and a steal, and the Mets have a man in scoring position with 2 outs and a strike, 1-1.
You know, this brings up a point that I'd like to make after we take a look at this. Watch Jason Bartlett. His hand is blocked. You know what? He may have been out.
He may have been. Then it would have been tough to call it.
And my point is this: if the majority of base runners slide into second base head first, you'd be foolish as an infielder not to block the bag with your foot. If there's not cleats coming your way, hey, fine, I'll put my foot there, and if I block you and prevent you from stealing second base, have at it.
That's a good point.
That's why I never understood. If I'm going to be his base stealer, I'm going in feet first. You can pop up slide, you can go to second, you can go to the third base, but the ball gets away.
Line drive, base hit. Gosh, Tolley 5 for 5 against Harang. And there's that run taken right back by the Mets. It's 4-1. But the walk pays off for the Mets. Harang's walked 2, Friday both occasions. Both times he scores.
Looked like he fought off a pitch. Nick wants it down and in. And on contact, that is above the belt. And Tolley elevates that ball. Doesn't have to be hit hard. Because of the elevated pitch, he serves it into right field for the RBI single.
He went single, single, double, and scored 2 runs against Harang in 3 at-bats. Got another hit off the bullpen. Now 2 for 2 tonight with a home run and a single to drive in 3. Mets using the Padres formula: walk, stolen base, single to get a run. Tejada grounded to shortstop his first at bat.
Usually when Aaron Harang is on his game, we know that he locates the fastball down and away to the righties. We know that. And then he'll throw that slider for a strike and also expand the zone off the plate with the slider. That doesn't seem to be the case tonight for Aaron. He's missing with location on both of his pitches.
Sails back into the crowd. Big turnout tonight for the Big Brothers Big Sisters barbecue, and Phil Pace of Phil's Barbecue out in the parking lot tailgating. They're all located up there in the upper deck in right center, or in right field rather. Too high, and Tejada count 3-1.
Phil's Barbecue sounds pretty good right about now.
We should have stopped by the tailgating party, and of course that's such a wonderful organization, the Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Paul Palmer does a great job there. Great staff. Operation Bigs helping out the kids that have a mom or a dad that is deployed. It's got to be a tough time for the kids when their mom or dad are away serving our country. So they do some great things.
Tolley will be off on this next delivery. 3-2. Strike 3 called. Caught the outside corner of Harang. Has 1 strikeout in each of the first 4 innings, but gives up another run on just 1 hit. Man left. First left by the Mets tonight. for the AT&T Wireless Trivia answer. We ask who is the Mets all-time leader in both home runs and RBIs, and the answer is Darryl Strawberry. 252 home runs and 733 RBIs for Strawberry.
Now there was a guy who was intimidating at the plate, I thought. You talk about strong. Huh.
With that big left-handed swing. Line drive, base hit for Hundley. Leadoff man on for the Padres. 5 hits now for San Diego. David Wright over at third base, appropriate to our trivia question tonight, has moved into the second spot all time in RBIs in Mets history. 700, just 33 behind the straw man. And his home run total keeps him within reach of perhaps being number one in that category as well. You could see that one knuckle away from Cunningham, who lined to center field his first time. Fairly deep left center. Pagan chased it down. He's playing a shallow center field, Pagan. He did in New York as well. A couple of balls went over his head.
Oh, look at that. The action of that ball and the action of Tolley's glove when he catches that pitch. Look at the action of the, and then watch Tolley as that ball actually brings his glove down, or trying to catch it, and he actually caught that ball in the heel of the glove.
That's why he's got all that extra leather.
Yeah, bigger glove, bigger pocket.
Fly ball to right center field. Too high. Pagan chasing it down, and there's one away. Forsythe was hit by a pitch. Dickey has hit 2 men. Logan still in quest of his first home run this year as a Padre. Had several in the spring training. Fastball.
You know what else is surprising about Dickey? Going into this ball game, 153 2/3 innings pitched. He's only walked 42 batters. So he's around the plate with that knuckleball. Wow. That's a hard knuckleball in 79.
He's got it going. One out. Huntley at first. Ooh. Cody's doing a good job of keeping the ball in his glove and not on the backstop screen.
Yeah, as a catcher, it's not going to be pretty. You have to realize that. Your catching style, you can just throw right out the window. The idea is just if you've got to take that knuckleball, that fastball off the chest or off the glove to keep it in front of you, just worry about doing that.
Chop toward third. That'll be a very tough play for Wright. He gets him. Oh, he is a terrific third baseman. He makes that play look easy. The charge, the bare hand, scoop and throw. 2 away.
Well, David Wright just doesn't jump out of bed and make that play. That's many hours in spring training, during the season, during batting practice, trying to work on those choppers. Remember Chase Headley, that's part of Chase Headley's game that he got much better at over the years by practicing that. And David Wright, you're right. He makes it look easy because hours of practice and taking hundreds of baseballs chopped down the third base line before the games.
So the lineup works its way down to number 9, Harang, who was up with the bases loaded and 2 outs and rolled out to the pitcher. Padres had a chance in the second. Now runner in scoring position, 2 out, Hundley. Harang has 5 hits this year.
I say swing hard because you just might hit it, right? If it's in the area, just swing. Hopefully he makes good contact. Boy, the outfield playing really shallow.
Ooh, another good play by Tolley.
And Jason Pridey in right field. My goodness. That's like Williamsport right field. He's playing so shallow.
The only advantage Hundley has, it's 2 outs. He can run on anything, but he fouls it away. Spoils another pitch. Next one will be the 65th offering from Dickey. It's the same as his first time. Dickey fielding with a bare hand, throws him out. Identical to the at bat in the second when he rolled one up the third base side. No runs, a hit. Man left at second after 4. The Mets lead it by 3.
Our mid-game recap is brought to you by Murray Lamper Construction. Hey, folks, find the truth in home remodeling with Murray Lamper Construction and see why they are the company that you trust. Visit MurrayLamper.com. Dick?
All right, Mark. Good to have you back from holiday.
Thank you.
As we go to the top of the 5th inning, it'll be R.A. Dickey and then Pagan and Turner for the Metropolitans. Find themselves 20.5 games behind Philadelphia in the National League East.
That's unbelievable, isn't it? When you look at that Eastern Division, 4 games below 500 and they're 20.5 games out.
Swinging and a pop fly back a second. Orlando Hudson takes care of it. 1 pitch, 1 out. And Atlanta keeps winning, rallying from a deficit tonight, 4-2 going into the 9th, and they get 3 off Brian Wilson. You see the score right behind Harang, 5-4 Atlanta, and they're in terrific position for the wild card. It's going to be not even very dramatic to see if anyone can challenge Atlanta for that spot. In Cincinnati, talked while we were in the Queen City that they might have a chance at the wild card, but they're 12 games out behind Atlanta.
Yeah. It's going to be tough for those Redlegs.
Pagan singled the last time and was caught stealing. Fouled into the glove of Hundley. 0-2. So Lupke against Nice tomorrow night. No TV on Wednesday. Day game. Latos and the rookie Dylan G. was 10-4 for New York. Chop to third. Forsythe. Got to hurry. He's got a big gun over there. 2 away. Justin Turner is flying to center and grounded to short. It's amazing the Mets have not won a series here at Petco. In fact, the last time they beat San Diego in our city in a series was 2002 at Qualcomm. Terry Collins, first-year skipper.
Wow, Terry Collins. Just looking at Terry Collins brings back memories of the minor league days. I remember he was manager of the Albuquerque Dukes. He was deep into the Dodger farm system. I mean, coming all the way up, following the footsteps of Tommy Lasorda. You know, Tommy was in Albuquerque for many years, and Terry was in a Duke uniform for many years, managing in the PCL.
Ground ball up the middle, base hit for Turner. Now the Mets have equaled the Padre total of 5 hits. David Wright fly deep to left center and struck out. Coming into the game tonight, 9 for 15 lifetime against Harang. Turner has 7 steals. Ball inside, barks out Greg Gibson.
Well, it looked like Aaron Harang may have gotten squeezed on that changeup. That was a pretty good pitch.
Joe Thatcher starts tuning up. 76 pitches now for Harang. Bounces it 2-0. Well, the Padres start tonight with the 2 teams in front of them within reach, certainly. Colorado's only 2 ahead. Dodgers have lost tonight, so they currently are 2 ahead of Bud Black's Padres. So, you know, a little winning string here.
Sure.
Dodgers shut out in Milwaukee.
You know, in baseball, you get people in a room, you start talking, if this happened, if that happened, shoulda, coulda, woulda. I mean, we talked about in the pregame show, and you said realistically they could have been 9-1 on that road trip.
Absolutely.
But that's why, you know, you have to get 27 outs. That's why you play the whole game. We all know the cliches. But, you know, you're right. You get a little winning streak, and then you start pecking away at the teams ahead of you. 2-game swing from the team above you. That's doable.
Drive into the right field corner. A long run for Venable. He can't get there. Racing around third is Turner, and then he holds on a long double by David Wright. Great try by Venable. Couldn't quite lay out and get it. So second and third with 2 out, and here comes Duda.
You know what I think Will Venable does a great job of? On not only the effort, but watch after the dive, watch how quickly he gets up, and he gets the luxury of a good bounce. Boy, that ball checked up. That had some serious English. And I watch this ball right there to the right. Comes up barehanded and gets it in quickly to where he keeps Turner at third base. Now the Mets are going to have to come up with a 2-out hit.
See whether or not that's Darren Balsley out to talk with Harang with a left-handed batter up and a left-hander getting loose in the bullpen. Yeah, that ball bounced right off the TaylorMade, and true to form to the TaylorMade, it bounced just so Venable could get it and denied him a run.
Well, that's got to hurt the body when that happens.
So Duda, a home run leading off the second inning for the first Mets run, and he lined to left. Cunningham took a base hit away from him. They are going to walk him. So that'll load the bases for Jason Bay. Bay is struck out and grounded out. It's a critical spot in this ball game. The Mets already with a 3-run lead, and with the bases loaded, 2 outs, Harang needs to find a way to get out of this mess. 2 away, a single by Turner up the middle, and right slice double to the opposite field. The intentional pass to Duda. And a dangerous hitter, Jason Bay. He's .347 lifetime against Harang, and 5 home runs he's hit against Harang.
Jason Bay this year is 2 for 4 with the bases loaded and 2 outs.
Ball 1. Harang wanted that pitch. Turner at third, right at second, Duda off first. Line drive right at Hudson. Oh, he blistered it, but it finds a Padre glove, and the inning is over. No runs, 2 hits, 3 left. Halfway mark in this one. 4.5 in the book. Mets 4, Padres 1.
Inning presented by Harris Rincon Casino. If a grand slam is hit this inning, the jackpot, folks, is up to $52,000. That could be yours if a grand slam is hit, but you have to enter at 4sd.com. Good luck.
I tried to give that away on this last road trip, and they had, it's a couple of grand slams. We just couldn't hit the right end.
I was keeping tabs, and I heard there were some grand slams hit, and I was wondering if anybody was going to go home with that huge cash.
What kind of cash is that?
Huge.
Venable hit by a pitch and sent a soft fly ball to right. Looked like it was going to fall in, but Jason Pridey raced in and submarined. Took the base hit away. 4-1. Mets lead it. Last of the 5th. Knuckleballer R.A. Dickey shooting for his 6th win. Oh, that one was really slow. The slowest he's thrown.
58 on the knuckleball.
Change up knuckler.
Yeah, hey, good call. You're absolutely right. Changing speeds on it. The hard one at 77 and the softer one at 58. That's tough to stay back on.
Then he throws the fastball line to left field, but right at left fielder Jason Bay. 1 out. Jason Bartlett, a couple of ground outs tonight. Bud Black, and talking with the media before the game, more or less offered the theme for the rest of this year. That one floats in there, 0-2. And he said, we're working on a confidence carryover for 2012. You know, these games are important because they're building, hopefully, especially in the younger players, a confidence with which to work next year.
Hey, with this coaching staff and with technology, if they get a lot of at-bats, they have a chance to go back and look at some things. Look at pitchers.
Struck him out.
That's a hard knuckleball at 79.
Surprisingly, only his second strikeout.
Not only the hard knuckleball, but how about the location on the outside part of the plate to go along with it? That's some good pitching right there.
You could even see on that pitch, it isn't just one move. It'll come and go right a little bit, then it'll go back left, and then might drop. Sometimes they'll sail high. Cameron Maben struck out and singled and scored in the third inning, rifled a base hit to right. Padres with 2 outs in the third. Maben singled and came home on Kyle Blank's double. Blank's on deck is 2 for 2. We're approaching the bewitching hour in about a half an hour. Line drive at David Wright. Oh, you hit it that hard and you come away with just an at-bat. 3 up, 3 down for the first time for Dickey. After 5, the Mets 4, Padres 1. Into Petco Park. First pitch swinging. And Jason Pridey has been on base with 2 walks and scored both times. Has singled to left field. Mets got 3 in the second inning. Leadoff homer Duda. Pridey walked and Tolley followed with a home run into the Petco porch. They picked up another in the 4th on the walk. 2 outs to Pridey. Stole second and came in on Tolley's single. And here's Tolley's home run. Perfectly placed in that short porch. Happy to get that one. It wouldn't have been a home run in New York. But he just has been impossible for Harang. And he's got 5 straight hits and 5 at-bats against Harang in a week.
Well, both of his hits tonight, the home run we just saw to right field, the base hit in the 4th to right field. Let's see if Aaron Harang tries to pound him away with 2-seamers. maybe backdoor sliders. He missed down and in. He wanted it away on the home run. See, he was late on that fastball there. Well, you know what? That might have been a cross-up, and thank goodness, because thank goodness that ball was fouled off. See Nick Hundley? He was anticipating maybe a breaking ball, but no meeting with Aaron Harang, which I think is kind of uncommon. You want to go out there and get on the same page.
Friday, after walking, stole second. And that set up the RBI single by Tolle, who's knocked in 3 of the 4 Mets runs. Barry Cameron getting ready. That's out of play. Finally got into his kitchen.
Yeah, and that's a good point. I was just going to mention after that pitch, if you're going to throw a pitch inside, go way inside. And that's exactly what Aaron did there when he's ahead 0-2. You don't want to throw that 0-2 pitch for a strike. Looks like he's going back inside. Nick Hundley was set up down and in, maybe to bury a slider.
We mentioned that the bewitching hour coming up at 9:01, midnight plus a minute on the East Coast for signing amateur draft selections. Fouled out of the glove of Hundley. Now it remains at 2 strikes. The Padres have 4 outstanding prospects. Their 25th pick, their 48th, their 54th, and a second-round pick still unsigned. They're hoping to get it all 4, obviously, but there's got to be some heavy-duty negotiating. You got 4 different deals going, 4 different agents, 4 different players, 4 different families, and it's coming right down to the hour. Did he go? No. But the Padres aren't the only one. 22 first-round picks are still unsigned.
Yeah. So they're not the only ones, is what you're trying to say there. A lot of pressure on all the ball clubs trying to get those amateur players to sign on the dotted line. And I can't speak for the families or the players or the agents or the organizations, but in the broad spectrum of things, I would think that if you're drafted, that you want to get in the system. You want to get signed. Don't have any bad blood between you and the organization, and get in and start playing. Start your pro career.
1-2, and he pecks that one foul.
You know, like I said, I want to mention again, I don't know the whole story between each case, because
well, some of the big reason why some of the players that they have been recruited heavily by top college programs, and college life has an appeal too, and I can just hear the salesmanship there. Hey, you come to college, get your degree, and then you'll sign again. Probably make more money later on.
Sure.
Line drive off Harang, and it goes to Hudson. He can't handle it, and everyone's safe. And hopefully Harang's all right. Tolle is 6 for 6 off Harang. I have to send him to a higher league.
The ball was hit so sharply, it's kind of tough to tell where Aaron Harang got it. This is right up the box. Ooh.
You get a glove on it?
Boy, tough to tell.
And they sure-handed Hudson. I guess on the carom it put a little extra spin, and it squirts away from him.
I wondered if his pitching hand was exposed. And Aaron Harang is the type of guy where he shows no emotion. I mean, good, bad, indifferent. He just pointed to his left shoulder. It may have caromed off something before it hit him in the left shoulder. But it just happened so quickly.
Eric Cameron has been beckoned from the bullpen, and this pitching change brought to you by the Law Tigers, San Diego's motorcycle injury lawyers who ride.
left shoulder because Aaron pointed to his left shoulder when they were out there talking to him on the mound.
Pitcher profile for Eric Hamren, brought to you by RCP Block and Brick. You can create a pathway through your garden with easy to install stepping stones. Hamren, in that debacle in Cincinnati on Saturday, the 13-1 home run fest by the Reds, was the one shining light for San Diego. He went 2 innings, retired all 6 men he faced, and struck out 4. First and second, no one out, and Tejada, the batter. Forsythe drawn in at third in case Tejada's bunting. He's not. Dickey on deck, and then the top of the order. Hamren trying to check the Mets right here with a couple on, no one out, and a 3-run lead.
And Hamren's got to be thinking two-seamer, fastball down in the zone, get a grounder, let his infielders turn 2. There's a good two-seamer, but fouled out of play. You know, Hamren, with his delivery, he sets up kind of number and name towards the hitter. He's not going to overpower a lot of guys, although with those strikeouts, he must have had the split finger working for him that day in Cincinnati. But he has to rely on a little deception as well to try to fool those hitters.
Infield would like to support him with a double play chance. Ground ball, that could be it. Forsythe to Hudson to first base. Good scoop by Blanks to complete the around the horn double play. Lead runner Pridey moves into third, but 2 quick outs. And the ground ball, 5-4-3.
Good diving action on that pitch, and when you look at the swing from Tejada, he's got nowhere to put that ball but on the ground. And the big train, number 88, scooping that one up nicely. Scooping it up like a big scoop of butter pecan out of that big bucket.
Are you sure butter pecan?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, no.
Mint chocolate
Jamocha
chip.
almond fudge.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll have to write that one down. I'll surprise you someday.
All right. Dickey has grounded to second and popped to second. Fouled at the plate.
And you can't get hurt down there, even if it is the pitcher. That double play ball perfectly placed out of the hand of Hamren, and that pitch there to Dickey.
So the Arizona Diamondbacks, the leaders in the NL West, not playing, but all the other teams losing, so they're gaining ground as they sleep. Line drive to Hudson. Dickey hits it hard enough, but Hudson plays perfectly. So Hamren comes in, gets out of trouble. No runs, 2 hits, 1 left. Here at Petco, party at the park. Padres play the Marlins, 7:05. The first 5,000 of you that purchase tickets at Padres.com/Tony Hawk will receive a free collector's edition Tony Hawk bobblehead doll. Stay after the game and catch another Friday night fireworks show. Visit Padres.com/Tony Hawk and buy your tickets tonight. And that's a dandy, isn't he? Got the skateboard. He's an icon.
What kind of skateboard do you have at home, Dick? Sector 9, maybe?
No, that's too dangerous for me.
Really?
Yeah, but he
always remember to wear your helmet, though.
Right, exactly. He's the best, isn't he? Tony Hawk is like he's the Babe Ruth of skateboarding.
Absolutely.
So get that handsome bobblehead doll for your collection.
You know what? Seriously, looking at this bobblehead, that's Wayne Gretzky.
It could be.
That's the great one, 99. Look at that. Is that not Wayne Gretzky right there?
I guess that's a compliment to Tony Hawk and to Gretzky. Two of the greatest.
Wayne Gretzky, highly overrated, I say. I just wanted to get a reaction out of you.
Oh, he was brilliant. I have a good Gretzky story, too. 1-2. Kyle Blanks lays off, and it's 2-2. Looked to single to right and drilled a double inside the bag at third to drive in the Padre run. Continues his solid hitting. Started on the road trip. Hit 3 home runs in the 10 games. Fastball, that's the fastest Dickey has thrown, 86.
You know, I don't want to offend any skateboarders out there. I just threw Sector 9 out there because they're a brand of skateboards. But Tony Hawk's brand is Birdhouse.
Oh, yeah, be careful there.
Yeah.
Checks his swing, ball 4. So Kyle Blanks on base all 3 times tonight, and that's the first walk given up by Dickey. Incredible control for a knuckleballer.
Dan Worthen, the pitching coach for the New York Mets, at one time was the pitching coach of the San Diego Padres. He's been around quite a bit.
They did a commercial once for Nike in which they used all the different announcers to cover different sports. And they shot my little scene and another at the sports arena. And the hockey, I'm trying to think who the hockey announcer was. I did tennis, and I think hockey was.
What year was it? Do you remember, Dick?
Oh, gosh. Gretzky was still playing with the Kings. Hudson, a single and 2 trips. But the story was that they got some local semi-pro hockey players to perform with Gretzky, and the whole thing was that they would pass the puck, and they had to have 11 other guys, and Gretzky, defense and offense, and Gretzky would make a great goal.
Right.
And the announcer would make the call, and somehow or another it all worked into the Nike commercial. And when the commercial was over, every one of the semi-pro players was going over and saying thank you to Gretzky. 1-2 now to Hudson, and he fouls it away. We learned later that half of them were his teammates with the Kings, and there was a fee, a modest fee, I'm saying $250, $300. But Gretzky said, you know, if they want to do it, I want my own guys to pick up a little extra change. And here he is, a superstar, thinking about his teammates, even in a commercial like this. And an indication of, you know, he was the great one.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was poking fun at him earlier, and I had a chance to meet him a long time ago. He wouldn't know me from Adam. But what a nice man. I mean, think about it. You're Wayne Gretzky, and you walk out in public, you're going to get bombarded. He could have told me to go fly a kite. But he was the nicest man, gracious, giving you the time to, to just talk a little bit. Good man.
Ooh, takes a pretty good looking fastball on the inside.
I was getting coffee last week, a couple weeks ago. Guess who I ran into in La Mesa? The great Willie O'Ree.
Oh, I did the LA Blades when O'Ree was playing in Los Angeles.
Good man.
He could skate as fast as any of them. 2-2 the count. And another foul by Hudson. He's in the San Diego Hall of Champions Hall of Fame, Willie O'Ree. '90th pitch coming up from Dickey. Another foul by Hudson.
He does have that knuckleball working tonight. It is dancing, and he is around the plate with it. This is the last knuckleball out of the hand of Dickey, and a lot of rotation, but a lot of movement.
Just tumbling down.
You know, you think of the last name Dickey in a New York baseball uniform.
Yeah.
I think of Bill Dickey, number 8, former catcher of the Yankees, long time ago, Hall of Famer.
Another foul. Of course, 2 Hall of Famers wore number 8, playing the same position with the Yankees. Yogi Berra also carried number 8.
You know, it's great. I was talking to the Colonel, Jerry Coleman, and Buddy Black in his office before the game, and I brought up the name Bill Dickey. And Jerry goes, I remember talking to Bill Dickey once, and I was like, how cool is that? Jerry, I mean, this is a guy.
Outside, and the count goes full to Hudson. A good at bat. That was the 10th pitch.
I mean, not only the Colonel being a great one, but Bill Dickey, the guy back in the day who played with Ruth and those guys, you know? Cool stuff.
Full count. Got it. One last knuckler that was right where he wanted it. 3rd strikeout.
This ball is dancing, and Tolley doesn't know where it's going. Just get the glove on it. Looks like he was set up outer third, but that ball leaks in the inner part of the plate, and the movement gets Orlando Hudson.
Brings up Nick Hundley. He has a single tonight. Last time up, lined a single to left field. Well, it's approaching the final few minutes to get some of these amateur kids signed, and as soon as we receive word, we'll share it with you tonight. Certainly before we leave the year, we'll have that information as to how many of those top 4 picks will become Padres tonight. Chopped right back to Dickey. No play at second, so he gets the safe out at first base. Ball was just chopped a little too high for him to risk going to second base.
Yeah, he's got a 4-1 lead. He does not want to have the Padres try to work a big inning, so the point there is to get an out. Now the Padres are going to have to come up with a 2-out hit.
Cunningham has been taken care of by center fielder Pagan both at bats. He lined out and flew out to center. Aaron hitting .329 at Tucson with 63 runs batted in, 9 home runs. That one skitters outside. Blanks at second, 2 away. Be nice to cut into that Mets lead with a RBI base hit. Ooh.
You can
Tolley's
see
doing a great job.
I was just going to mention that. He really has to be on his toes. Watch how he has to snatch at this ball across it. He's setting up middle in. And he didn't even catch that ball cleanly. It kind of hit the finger part of his glove before it went into the pocket.
Pops it up into shallow right. Friday on the line makes the catch. And the Padres leave another man in scoring position. After 6 here at Petco, the Mets and R.A. Dickey lead it 4-1. California's premier dental implant center. By MTS. MTS moves me. And by Cadillac. Visit your San Diego County Cadillac dealer for an attractive lease or purchase offer. Totals after 6 innings of play here at Petco tonight. The Mets 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors of a 5. Padres 1 run, 5 hits, no errors, have stranded 6. Reliever Eric Cameron, who got out of a 2-on, no-out situation in the 6th, relieving Aaron Harang, goes back to work here in the top of the 7th and will face Pagan, Turner, and Wright, top of the New York order. A strike to Pagan, who is 1 for 3, single to right field in the 3rd. Soft fly ball, middle of the infield. Hudson eases out onto the grass for the out. Brings up Justin Turner. He singled the last time, 1 for 3. Cameron, before being called up from San Antonio, had pitched earlier. Some of you fans may have seen him at Lake Elsinore before he went to San Antonio this year. His combined record in the minors in 48 games, 5-0 with an ERA of 0.96. That's why he's here. Out of the independent league last season. Great story. Gets it up there, 92-93.
Absolutely, and that is a great story. Remember the one story that sticks out, Brian Tolberg. He pitched in the independent leagues and found himself in the big league uniform with the Padres. In fact, the great story about Brian was that after his independent days, he kept the stub of his first paycheck of independent league ball in his wallet all the days after independent ball to remind himself, you know what? It took me a long time and a lot of hard work to get to the big leagues. It's just a little reminder. That paycheck stuff was probably like $25 or something.
Well, Hammer told me that he thought he made about $800 a month.
Really?
That doesn't buy you too many hamburgers.
No.
Count goes full now to Justin Turner with David Wright on deck. Fouled away. Quite a crowd for Monday night. 30,094. There's room for you tomorrow night. 2 for the price of 1 tickets too. Fly ball to right. Venable toward the line to make the catch.
You know, I did a little math, and I hate to talk money, but it's just the reality of the thing. The major league minimum salary is $420,000. Okay, that's over 180 days in a big league season, right? So if you break that down, that's $2,333 a day of big league service. How do you think that makes Eric Hammond feel after playing independent ball?
Yeah, it's not relinquishing the grip on your dream.
Yeah.
Good slider that had Wright backing away. Laced a double into the right field corner his last time, 1 for 3. Oh, that one gets away from Hamron. Hopefully it caught him on that protective wrap on his upper forearm.
It looks like a slider that just cannot get out in front. He leaves it up And remember, the slider, if it's left up, it's not going to break and gets right in the left arm.
Bud Black is going to make a pitching change and obviously a double switch as he's out to give that information to plate umpire Gibson. Joe Thatcher will be called in from the bullpen to face the left-handed hitting Lucas Duda. And James Darn. Lolita's at the park. Wonderful evening. Happy hour 7 days a week at Lolita's, and then you enjoy that quality fresh Mexican food. Now that ERA way up there because he's only pitched in 2 games and gave up a 2-run home run in Cincinnati 2 nights ago. His second home run of the night by Ryan Hannigan, the catcher for the Reds, who knocked in 5 runs with his 2 homers, contributing 2 of the 7 hit by Cincinnati in a record-setting night. Duda, home run back in the second.
You know, it's nice to see Joe Thatcher back out on the mound, but quite frankly, I think it's going to take more time to get back to 100% to where he is free and easy. The velocity is going to take some time to get back. The location of all his pitches. My point is the rest of this season and then the off season is really going to benefit the left-hander.
There he goes. And no chance for Hundley as Wright steals it easily. His 10th of the season.
Thatcher went over there a couple times, but on that leg kick he crosses the plane, and it looked like also that David Wright was going on the first move as well. So sometimes you play the guessing game. David Wright guessed right. No pun intended.
2 steals by the Mets tonight. And the first one paid off. With 2 outs, Pridey walked and stole second and came home on Toley's single. 1 of 3 for the catcher of the Mets tonight. 2-run homer, an RBI single, and an infield smash off Harang, who received a report from the clubhouse. And Harang is just fine. No injury.
That's good news. It just wasn't Aaron's night. Missed it with some locations of pitches, and the Mets took advantage of it. That's going to happen.
Up the middle, base hit, and Duda's done it again. That one goes, hold it off the umpire, second base umpire.
Padres catch a break.
Titchener, yes, they do get a break as Titchener playing inside the baseline just couldn't get out of the way of that smash.
The rule is if the umpires, like you said, Dick, good call, inside the baseline, as the ball hit him, it's one base. If the umpire is beyond the bases in the outfield, it's a live ball. You play the ball no matter where it is hit or played. Right here, as soon as it hits him, bang, dead ball. He puts his hands up, one base.
Certainly would have scored the runner, but in some ways it's an awkward rule. It's clean in that that's
right.
A definite dead ball, but much like a play in the corner, the fan touches a ball, there's some liberty there for the umpire to say, well, hey, that would have been a triple, not just a double.
Right.
And here, you know, that I can see why Terry Collins said, wait a minute, we're going to score on that. You know that. He said, yeah, but the rule's the rule.
Exactly.
So indeed, that's a break as Duda continues just as it is with Josh Tolley to eat up Padre pitching. Home run, a line out, a walk, and it should have been another RBI base hit. It's just a first and third now with 2 outs to Jason Bay. Bay struck out, grounded out, and with the bases loaded in the 5th inning after they'd walked Duda intentionally, he hit it sharply but right to Hudson on a line at second base. Ground ball foul. We're getting information on the results of the final minute negotiations for signing some of the top draft picks by the Padres, and we want to be sure it's official before we pass it along. 2 on, 2 out, and a ground ball toward the bag. Bartlett can take it himself. No, he's going to go across, and Bay, hustling, stumbles over the bag. He's okay, and the inning is over. No runs ahead, and the Mets unlucky not to get another run. They leave 2, and Bay takes a tumble. He's okay. Ceremony, and there's an added advantage, as you know, on Sunday, along with being here to salute one of the greats of all time and the retirement of his number. The first 8,000 kids 14 and younger will go back to school in style with the Padres backpack presented by Ashford University. So don't be late for this one. Padres retire Hoffman's jersey before the game, and you lucky kids, the first 8,000 will have a handsome Padre backpack to take back to school. That's coming up Sunday against the Marlins, the final game of the homestand. Dickey will face Forsythe. Darnell and Venable here in the 7th inning. Padres still in touch, 4-1. Getting out of a couple of jams. Forsythe hit by a pitch, one of 2 men hit by Dickey tonight, but he's only walked 1 and he's grounded out. Fastball for a strike.
It's been
102 pitches now.
Been kind of tough for the Padres to string together some hits, and only 1 extra base hit tonight. That's the double by Kyle Blanks in the 3rd inning. It was an RBI double.
That ball hit well to deep center field. Pagan going back, and he can't get it. Bounces over the wall for a ground rule double. Forsythe with a long drive to center. Told you Pagan plays a shallow center. A couple of balls went over his head in New York, and Forsythe able to get that out of his reach. Well struck.
Looked like a fastball, and Pagan cannot catch up to it.
Took a little U-turn route on that one.
And you know what I like about that at bat from Forsythe? It was a fastball that he turned on, went up the center of the diamond because of the majority of knuckleballs from Dickey. So he turned on that one for his 6th double of the year. Nicely done.
James Darnell, his first at bat, coming in that double switch the last inning. Look who's warming up. Bobby Parnell. That's almost unfair. You have a knuckleballer, floating it up there 70. This guy can throw it up to 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
That'll be quite a contrast if he indeed does come in. Ooh, almost hit Darnell. First major league RBIs yesterday, a couple of them. First big league steal. A couple of big hits that helped the Padres to the 7-3 win. That goes to the screen, and on to third, Forsythe. And you figure that sooner or later one of those had to get away from Tolley, the catcher. That was high. It took off.
It's a knuckleball. It's up and off the glove of Tolley. That's going to be ruled a pass ball, I believe. PB.
Let's talk about not fair. Padres a chance to chew into that 4-1 lead. No one out. Forsythe at third. 2-1 to Darnell. Way outside. And perhaps Dickey tiring. 107 pitches. Venable in the top of the batting order next. Fastball, and Darnell took it on the corner.
And great location on that fastball, and pitch 108. It's exactly where he wanted it.
Got him. Knuckleball strikes out Darnell, the 4th man struck out by the knuckleballing Dickey tonight.
You notice that Tolley, and I've noticed this the night tonight, but I didn't want to say anything until just then. He didn't even give him a target. When Dickey was into his windup, his glove was just kind of down.
He's just aiming at the Nike logo on his
look at
chest
his glove.
protector.
He's not even giving him a target. You know what, Dick? That's a good point. He may be looking at that Nike target.
Just aim it down the middle and hope it doesn't stay there.
Exactly.
Venable. Infield back. They'll give up a run for an out. And that's a high, deep drive to right field. How far will it go? It is gone. Touch 'em all. Will Venable. It's a 4-3 game as Venable strokes his 4th home run of the season.
Hey, time to chip away as Will Venable gets a knuckleball on the inner half. Look at him throw that head, catching it out in front. And I think Will knew he got that one because out of the box, he put his head down. He didn't trot out of the box, but he went briskly out of the box knowing that he had gotten that R.A. Dickey knuckleball.
Well, it was Venable that tripled to open the game in New York off Dickey, and that set the tone as the Padres jumped out to a 5-run advantage in 3 innings. So a change of pitchers for the New York Mets. The game is now 4-3. Fireballing right-hander. It'd be quite a contrast to what the Padre hitters have seen from R.A. Dickey, who offered 111 pitches, went 6 1/3 innings, 3 runs, all earned, 7 hits, walked 1, hit 2, and struck out 4. Yeah, Padres pull within 1.
Yeah, R.A. Dickey put you to sleep. Well, it's time for the alarm to go off. Wake-up call against Parnell.
Ground ball up the middle, and to his right goes Turner. They'll throw out Bartlett. 1 pitch, 1 out. Cameron Maben, the hitter.
You mentioned it earlier, Dick. Bobby Parnell, he could throw it up there about 99 to 100 miles an hour. A slider and a changeup.
Padres faced him in New York and got 3 runs off him. 3 runs and 4 hits. Cameron Maben, 1 for 3. Line single to right field. He's also struck out against Dickey and hit one right on the button, but to the glove of David Wright at third base. Another slider, 88 miles an hour, and it's 0-2 to Maben. Struck him out. Didn't give him a fastball. So Parnell comes in and gets both Bartlett and Maben. The Padres settle for 2 runs. The double by Forsythe and the home run, Will Venable. go beyond the box score, brought to you by Discount Tire, where America saves on tires. Braves were down 4-2 and win it in the 9th inning 5-4 against the Giants, and the Dodgers are shut out by Randy Wolf 3-0. A bunt try fielded by Forsythe, and a quick out as Friday tries to bunt his way on. He bunted too hard. That brings up Josh Tolley. Can the Padres get him out? We're getting the information, and the news is good for the Padres. Early reports are they signed 3 of the top 4 picks still available. Of course, they'd already signed Spangenberg, their number 1 selection. And Chase Peterson, I think he was their number 2. Tolley, 2-run homer into the Petco porch. Line drive RBI single, and a smash back through the middle that knocked Harang out of the game. Harang deflected it to keep it on the infield. And the word that comes to us from the clubhouse is that Harang did not suffer any serious injury. Thatcher working carefully to Tolley with those big sweeping sliders. 2-1. Three and 1. That's on the inside corner.
Rather than working away, that pitch there, the fastball catches the inside corner, actually has Tolley doing a little tightrope dance.
Slap foul. Count remains full. Tejada on deck, the shortstop. Padres down 4-0. 3-0, and scored a run in the 3rd. Mets got it back in the 4th, and Tolley's aboard again. All right, here's the information on the draft tonight. Joe Ross has been signed. He was the 25th player selected overall, 6'2" right-hander from Oakland, California. His brother, older brother, the A's pitcher Tyson Ross, throws a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. They also have signed Michael Kelly. He's only 18, right-handed pitcher from West Boca Raton, Florida High School. He was 8-1, 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Padres really like his size and athleticism.
Good delivery over the rubber and then exploiting playward. I like the ball out of his hand. That Exmo gives you the side shot, but from center field, good explosion of that fastball.
And they've also signed Austin Hedges, 82nd overall. He's 18, from Sarah High School here in Southern California. The scouts believe that he's the best defensive catcher in the entire draft and has a good approach at the plate as well. So a local lad will stay here and a future Padre. So Ross, Kelly, 2 right-handed pitchers, and Austin Hedges, considered the best defensive catcher in the draft, all 18 years of age, are now members of the Padre family, and congratulations to them and to the Padres management for what must have been a very exciting couple of hours here at the deadline.
Yeah, get into the system, get going. Hey, Corey Spangenberg, right? He signed early. He got into the system. He has already moved up a classification. So, there's still some time left in the rookie ball season. The minor leagues ends, early September.
And then there's winter ball and
an instructional league if they choose to go that route. Absolutely right.
So, just teenagers, 18, and be fun to follow their progress. Again, names again: Joe Ross and Michael Kelly, the pitchers, and Austin Hedges, a catcher. The Padres did well. The only top pick that did not sign is Brett Austin, He was the 54th overall from Charlotte, North Carolina, and a switch hitting catcher, and he decided he wanted to stay at home and go to North Carolina State. It's his wish to be a member of the Wolf Pack. He wanted a college education, and wasn't a matter of money. Apparently they said, yeah, it's a fair offer, but young man wanted to go to college.
I think of North Carolina State baseball. I think of Dan Plesac, the left-hander. The Sack was a part of the Wolf Pack. Had a nice long career.
Tejada, as you can see, looking for his first hit tonight. Grounded out, struck out, and hit into a double play. 1 out. Tolley at first. And Anthony Bass on the mound. Scott Hairston on deck, hitting ninth. $30,094 on a Monday night here at Petco. Misses outside. Plenty of heat. 96. Three for the Mets in the second. Padres answered 1 in the third. Mets got it back in the fourth. Padres 2 on Venable's home run in the seventh. Another 1-run game. And the slider misses.
There's a good chance for Anthony Bass here to hold these Metropolitans and get himself a victory. That's had a lot of middle relievers. You know, games like this, when you're down by a run or two, you get an inning here or there. The timing's just right, and you walk away with a win.
Harang is still the pitcher of record. Skips it again. 3-1 to Tejada. Watch out. Just 21. This young guy was, now that we're getting into the Little League World Series, was a member of the Panama Little League team that made it to Williamsport back when he was 12 years of age. To right field, charging Venable, but has to play it on a hop. Quick throw to second, but not in time to get the fours. And the ball not hit hard enough for Venable to get to it. And Tejada has his first hit. So everyone in the order except Jason Bay and the pitcher has a hit for the Mets tonight, and a total of 10 as Scott Hairston comes up for the first time. Entered the game in the double switch. On the pitching change, Bobby Parnell in the last of the seventh. Former Padre, there are his numbers this year in the New York uniform. Had some big hits, 7 home runs as a platoon player. Slider for a strike.
Well, Scott Hairston and Josh Spence have something in common. No, Scott's not from Australia. They both attended Central Arizona Junior College before they went on to bigger and better things. It's a nice little school in Coolidge, Arizona. Ian Kinsler went there. Scott Hairston went there. I think Rich Harden went there. They've produced some good big leaguers.
outside the Hairston 1-2. A stir in the background, as you can well imagine.
Let me guess. The wave.
The wave. Did you miss it when you were away? The dreaded wave. 1 ball, 2 strikes. First and second for the Mets. Ooh, that looked good. Bass frozen on the follow through. Thought he had him struck out. 2-2 to Hairston.
Well, how close was it? Trying to peck away that outside corner. Yeah, that's a ball. But a good pitch, though. You'd rather miss on that side of the plate rather than the outer third and have Scott Hairston do something with it.
Tolley at second, Tejada at first. 1 out here in the 8th inning. And Bass trying to hold the fort here. Padres have fought to within 4-3. Couple of chances left. He misses again with the slider. Full count.
See if they put a pickoff move at second base.
Yeah, I was going to say, better keep your eye on the runners. They might just be running here 3-2. Nope. Ground ball to short. Bartlett, Hudson, Blanks, double play. 6-4-3, and the Mets are gone in the 8th inning. No runs, a hit, the man left. Coming up in the bottom of the 8th, Blanks, Hudson, and Hundley for the Padres. And free reserve seating and a free program, and you can enjoy half-price domestic draft beers, sodas, and hot dogs at select concessions Wednesday, free and easy at beautiful Del Mar. Padres trail by 1, last of the 8th inning. Blanks on base all 3 at bats, a single, an RBI double, and a walk. Bobby Parnell sends in a 95-mile-an-hour fastball out of the zone. That's a strike. Along with the top draft pick signed by the Padres tonight, they also came to terms with their 14th round selection, a right-handed pitcher, Birch Smith from the University of Oklahoma.
Boomer Sooner.
Off the outside corner, a lot of run on that fastball.
You know what, I would have to say that it's been a pretty darn good year as far as signing after the draft for the Padres. 35 of the 53 players selected signed, agreed to terms. I think that's pretty good.
High fly ball, right center field, but it's playable. Pridey has the first out. Brings up Orlando Hudson. One of the players signed, the number 8 pick, the University of South Florida, Kevin Quackenbush. Been following him since he signed. I mean, he just is apparently a terrific relief pitcher. Every time you see his name with an inning, there's 0-0-0 as you follow it down the line.
Yeah, good numbers as far as physique. 6'3", 207 for Quackenbush. I hope he makes it to the big leagues just because of that last name.
Used to be a Detroit Red Wing defenseman by that name back in the glory years of the Red Wings in the 50s when they won 3 Stanley Cup titles. Gordie Howe, Ted Lindsay, Sid Abel teams.
What position was he?
Defenseman.
Nice. He must have been a fighter.
That's inside. 2-1. 98 from Parnell. Padres need some base runners here. A run down in the 8th. Changeup, slider at 88. That's pretty good speed for a slider.
Good tilt to it.
Chance that we might see Jason Isringhausen in the 9th inning. Boy, Hudson takes a lot of close pitches inside part of the plate. Yeah. And the count is full.
You know, I think Greg Gibson's been calling a good game tonight. I think this ball's going to be in on tracks, and it most certainly is. Totally tries to frame it on that slider. It's called a good game tonight.
He's on. 1 odd walk. That brings up Nick Hundley. The reason we mentioned Isringhausen, when we saw him last Tuesday in New York, he saved the game, his 299th career save. So he's at a potential milestone at 300. Not too many history of this game have gone by 300. In fact, he would be the 23rd. 39 years of age next month. Fastball barrel down the middle.
That's some easy gas, isn't it? At 98. Wow.
Jesus Guzman is on deck. That's a good sign. Both Qualls and Bell in the bullpen. Guzman banging up that left elbow in Cincinnati. Well, Colorado down 4-3 in the 9th inning, rallied and tied and won it in the 9th, 7-4. Slider and Hundley in the hole, 0-2. Hudson, one of the stealing Padres. He has 15. So Parnell best be aware. And he's paying some visits over there to the first baseman Duda.
And while there's action on the infield, the outfield playing, I would say, kind of on the deeper side to prevent an extra base hit into the gaps. Because an extra base hit right here probably would score Hudson, no doubt, to tie up this game. So they're playing a little bit on the deeper side in the outfield.
Scott Harrison, especially in left field, is very deep. Bates him with that slider. 1-2.
They take that fastball the opposite way, even if it's down the middle. But hey, if you're guessing and you get it, turn on it. Nick can run into one. Had a good series in Cincinnati.
Yeah, broke in, came back to the club, went 3 for 3 with a home run. Right down the middle. He didn't get a swing.
He looked like he was guessing. Guessing for something else from Parnell, possibly the slider that we've seen. But look at this fastball. It is right there, outer third. Good pitch. Got him looking.
Jesus Guzman. Waiting for the pitcher, Anthony Bass. Guzman injured himself trying to make a diving catch in foul territory of a bunt. Landed on his elbow, left elbow. So this is his first duty since Friday. What a find he has been. Hitting .338 with power. 5 home runs. 100 miles an hour. Well, if you get the sweet part of the bat on it, those 100-mile-an-hour fastballs will carry a long way.
Yeah, I'd like to see those Polanco zapatos go around the bases. He's wearing straight white shoes there. I don't know whether that's against code or what, but I like the look, quite frankly.
That'll be out of play. So Guzman falls behind on the count 0-2.
Actually, I had it backwards. Zapatos Blanco. The noun goes before the adjective in Spanish. I just want to get it right. Those are sweet.
I always like the white shoes in all sports.
Oh, yeah.
Make you look faster.
They're paying a lot of attention over there to Orlando Hudson. Maybe that'll affect some of the pitches from Parnell. Hey, guys love the fastball. If it's 98, if it's 88, if it's straight, they can turn on it.
Runner goes high. The throw won't be in time. Tying run, scoring position as Hudson has his 16th.
Well, Parnell throws hard. It's a high leg kick. That works to the advantage of Hudson. It's not a bad throw from a bad receiver from the pitcher to Tolley, but he works underneath it, and that's another Stoneman base for Orlando Hudson. So
now do they pitch to Guzman?
They might put him on to put a force at any base.
They might say, hey, we'll try a couple of sliders well out of the strike zone, see if he'll fish.
It might not be a bad call.
You'd rather pitch to the young Forsythe and to the veteran of more professional seasons, although a rookie
absolutely
in the big leagues.
And they know how Guzman is swinging the bat. You know, he's in the hole 1 and 2. So like you said, they might be pitching to him, hey, nothing but breaking balls away. Keep the ball off the plate away. Don't mess, middle in. I mean, I wouldn't think that 1 and 2. You know, you want him to chase it a ball out of the zone here.
Yep, skips that one in. 2 and 2. Hudson carrying the tying run at second base. 4-3 Mets here, bottom of the 8th inning. 2 out and 2 and 2 on the pinch hitter Guzman.
Base hit to right. Hudson around third. Here's the throw by Pridey. He's in there. Tie game, 4 and 4.
Has he been a hitting delight? Jesus Guzman delivers. They didn't pitch around him.
Nope. Hey, deja vu. Last Wednesday in New York, August 10th, Jesus Guzman single to right for an RBI. And it happens here again tonight, and Pridey cannot find the handle. That's a big league hang with him, and the Padres tie it up.
And in a way, that may have been good fortune for the Mets that he didn't, because had he made the throw all the way to the plate, then Guzman could have been at second base, the go-ahead score.
It's a good at-bat by Guzman.
Wasn't it? Forsythe, the hitter. Doubled this last time up.
You know, that pitch from Parnell looked like it was up a little bit, and Guzman getting that top hand on top of that baseball, keeping it on the line and not working underneath it. That would have been a fly ball to right field. So Jesus coming through.
Forsythe hit by a pitch, grounded out, and doubled to the deep part of the yard, center field. Pops that one very high in the air. It's going to come back over the screen.
Let's go back to that pitch that Guzman said. It's elevated. He gets enough on top of that baseball to line it to right field. Boy, that's just, you know, knowing the pitch and knowing what you can do with the pitch. It wasn't like he came out of his shoes. He knows the guy throws hard. I just got to try to play some pepper with it to right field. And that's exactly what he did.
He's gotten a lot of big hits to the opposite field. Good lesson for the younger fellas watching Guzman. Forsythe, 1 and 1. He's a good base runner. He's not the fastest of the Padres. Way outside, 2 and 1. Slider. Action pitch, 2 and 1. Parnell taking a little time to visit the rosin bag. 7 for 7, Guzman. High fly ball, right center field, hit well, but Pagan has a beat on it. And shy of the warning path, the inning comes to an end. But the Padres scrape up a run. The 1-out walk by Hudson, the steal to put him in scoring position, and Jesus Guzman delivers for the tie. To you by the summer's best event from Cadillac. Get exceptional offers on the entire Cadillac lineup, including the versatile SRX crossover. Visit your San Diego Cadillac dealer tomorrow. Heath Bell comes out of the bullpen in this tie game and will face the top of the order, Pagan, Turner, and David Wright. 2-4 record and a 2.24 opposing batting average against for Heath Bell, with 32 saves this year. And hold the Mets in check in the ninth and hope the Padres can come up with another tally and win this one. Good looking fastball, 93. Pagan struck out, single to right, grounded to third, and popped to second. Ground ball by Blanks and into right field. So Pagan, the leadoff man, is on with a sharp ground ball single. Our leaderboard tonight is brought to you by Los Primos, home of the Monster Burrito. Get your $5 meal deal for a limited time only. Highest batting average by rookies this year. Atlanta's young Freddie Freeman, 295. Darwin Barney, the second baseman of the Cubs, Duda, 276, and Turner at 266. So two young hitters filling the void of those that have been injured this year, as the Mets have some promising talent already here. Turner 1 for 4 tonight. He has fly to center, grounded to short, singled up the middle, and fly to right. Going to bunt. Oh! Did he get hit, or did that hit the bat?
It was a foul ball.
Wow.
My goodness.
That is a saved your life foul ball.
You know what? After looking at it, it didn't even look like it was that close.
But I think the action of the bat was such that as he was trying to pull away, and force of the pitch just knocked the bat back and knocked him over. You are defenseless when you square like that. Not a lot of places to go. Tough to bunt that one. Want to try again?
Please don't put the bunt on. Please don't put the bunt on.
It is on, and he fouls it away.
It's got to be a little gun shy, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Chip Hale, the third base coach for the New York Mets.
Two strikes. Turner, infield set for 2. Pagan, a good base stealer. He has 24. When he was sitting second and Reyes leading off. Reyes with 34 stolen bases. Then you go to Pagan with 24. Sneaking a peek at the bottom half of this ninth inning for the Padres. It'll be Darnell, Venable, and Bartlett scheduled. Bell had a couple of rough outings in New York. He goes around. Strike 3.
Not a productive at-bat for Justin Turner. He nearly gets his fingers sawed off on the attempted bunt. Becomes a little gun shy. And Greg Gibson, he called it on the pitch because he rang him up as soon as that pitch was caught by Nick Hundley. Although he did go on the swing, but Greg Gibson called him on the pitch.
Now David Wright, the 3-hitter, with Duda on deck. Wright, a double in 3 official at-bats, also hit by a pitch. Ball 1. Wright had a big RBI single when the off bell in the 9th inning, when the Mets scored 3, rallying to beat the Padres 9-8 when San Diego blew an 8-4 lead in New York in the dirt. 2-0. Leadoff hit for Pagan here in the 9th. Turner struck out, but 2-0, Wright. The count in his favor. Three and 0.
Now be careful here.
Yeah, they green-lighted Wright 3-0 in the New York series. That's a strike. Gave it that Derek Jeter nose in the dirt look at it, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
He'll be swinging if he likes this one. Runner goes, and that ball driven to left field. Retreating is Darnell and makes the catch. Pagan all the way to second base, gets on his horse and hustles back to first. There's 2 away, and Wright just missed that one.
It was a breaking ball, 3-1 breaking ball off the end of the bat. Up on top of it, the curveball down and away, and he couldn't get enough of it. As you mentioned, Dick, off the end of the bat. And he felt once again, he can blow the fastball by it, and he will throw that curveball with confidence. He did it right there in the fastball count.
And here's the troublesome Trojan, Lucas Duda. Home run, his 5th of the year to start the scoring tonight. A line out to left, an excellent play made by Cunningham, diving and robbing him. A double into the right field corner, hit by a pitch and fly to left. And first time up, rips it 435 feet into the right field bleachers. He had a big series in New York too. That's a strike. It was his single against Bell that ultimately drove in the final 2 runs in the 9-8 victory last Monday night. He had at one point 5 straight hits, 3 hits in a row to end that game, and then he started the next night with a couple of singles off Wade LeBlanc. Had a hit in every game of the series, had a 2-run double in the San Diego win 3-2 that completed the series. Off the auxiliary scoreboard facing of the second deck. So 2 strikes the count. Bell ahead.
He's having difficulty catching up with that fastball from Heath Bell. And Duda knows, he can throw the fastball. He'll throw the breaking ball anytime. Just because it's 0-2 doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to throw a curveball. He could freeze him with a fastball. High fastball, high and away.
Duda, disciplined, takes it 1-2.
Let's take a sneaky peek into Nick Hundley. 1-2 after the high fastball. Fastball away. Get it out there now. Come on now.
Ground ball up the middle. It's the same place he hit it in New York to win the game. And Duda continues to enjoy hefty hitting against the Padres. 3 hits tonight. He had 7 hits in the series in New York. 10 hits in 5 games.
I watched you guys on TV when you were in the Big Apple, and I was watching Duda, and after watching him tonight, the home run with some authority. He hit the ball on the line the opposite way in the 4th. A great play by Aaron Cunningham. But my point is, this kid, it seems like he's got a pretty good idea at the plate.
Yeah.
Where the pitch is being thrown, where to try to service that ball, whether it's left field, center field. The short time I've seen him, looks like a pretty darn good-looking hitter.
Like Davis on the injured list, and he's getting his chance to play because Davis, the regular first baseman, another Met out of the lineup. This is Willie Harris, pinch hitting for the pitcher, and he takes a strike. Parnell out of the game. Manny Acosta was warming up, and Isringhausen as well. 2 on, 2 out. Bell trying to pitch out of trouble in the 9th. Ooh, in the dirt. A good block by Hundley. Willie Harris hitting .240. Five for 19 as a pinch hitter, including a home run. One ball, 1 strike. Tie game, 9th inning. 4 all, 2 on, 2 out. Strike 2. The 30,094 here tonight at Petco. Scoreboard asking them to make noise, and they accommodate. Ground ball up the middle, but it's right at Bartlett by the bag. He gets it to Hudson, and the trouble is over in the 9th. A couple of singles off Bell, but the Mets leave him on base, and we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Darnell, Venable, and Bartlett for the Padres. for the Sequan Casino postgame show. John Weisbart and Bob Scanlon standing by in our Channel 4 studios. Sequan Casino. Get away for the day at Sequan Casino. Manny Acosta comes out of the bullpen. 29-year-old from Panama. What those numbers did not reveal, that in his 25 2/3 innings, giving up 27 hits, 6 home runs. Very high amount for his limited exposure. Darnell the hitter, and he pops it up. Duda has a play, or does he? Leans in, and he got it. First base umpire Davis making sure. Fans booing the fan for not making it tougher on Duda to get that ball.
Well, where the ball is, once that ball goes into the stands, that's free game. That is game for the fans. But Duda hangs in there nicely to grab it.
The fan just trying to get out of the way.
Yeah, he's got his rally cap working, wearing the Padre t-shirt, hoping for a rally. Duda says, "Get out of my way, dude."
Some fans in some ballparks savvy. You down in there, they're down there trying to take it out of your glove.
Sure.
Venable, the big 2-run homer to get the Padres into the game in the 7th inning. Off starter R.A. Dickey. So Dickey and Harang will not figure in the final outcome. The win and the loss will go to the bullpen. 2-0 to Venable. 3-0. Hit by a pitch, but picked off in the first. Hit a soft liner to right field in the third, but a nice diving catch by Pridey. Lined one out to left, and then hit the 2-run homer to right. There's the strike. 3-1.
Oh, another hard thrower out of the bullpen. Not like Parnell, but Acosta can get that fastball to the mid-90s, a slider and a changeup. And sometimes that control can be an issue. Hey, a walk is as good as a hit, right?
I believe in that. Line drive. There's the hit. Solid single to right. And Venable, top base stealer with 22s aboard with the winning run. His second hit. Padres now with 9 in the game.
He worked a fastball count, and he got a fastball to hit.
Thrown out only 3 times. Jason Bartlett, good going the other way. Padres play a little hit and run. Starts Bartlett with a slider. 0-1.
And the outfield, as I mentioned last inning, playing very deep. Yep. Nothing over their heads.
Double depth.
Yep.
Don't give up the 2-base hit. But that opens up a ton of territory for Bartlett to aim at. Pops it up. Center of the diamond. All 4 infielders converge. Short style. Oh! And it's caught by Duda. He's bigger than Tejada. Get out of my way. 2 out.
It always amazes me. High pop flies on the infield. Look, it looks like a Shriners convention out there. Who's going to take it? Well, you're right. The bigger guy prevails.
Tejada calling.
You're right. He was calling. Yep.
Even if the ball had been dropped, they would have gotten the force at second. And
right.
Actually, that would not have been a good exchange. Bartlett's a good base stealer, but Venable's better. More speed. So Maben steps up. He has a single and 4 trips tonight. Struck out twice and lined sharply to third base. Now Venable is a serious threat to try. And they know that, and Acosta will try to keep him close. another breaking ball. Started Bartlett with a breaking ball as well. Slider. 0-1.
You know, hanging sliders go a long way. That's another one you can write down.
All right, writing that down.
Hanging sliders go a long way. Hopefully Cameron Maben can get a hanger right here.
Two outs here in the home half of the ninth inning. A tie 4-4. Venable with a sharp single at first base. One strike on Cameron Maben. He did not go.
It's a tough pitch to lay off. It was a slider down and away. Does he go?
Looked like he held.
I agree with you.
Thank you.
I had to think about that one.
Fly ball, shallow right. Long run in for Pridey. He was out there deep, and we go extra innings. No runs, a hit, a man left. On to the 10th inning at Petco. Buy more furniture for less. Voted San Diego's best furniture and mattress store. Josh Spence, the sixth pitcher used tonight by Bud Black. Harang started. Hamren, Thatcher, Bass, Bell, and now Spence. And he'll face Pridey. Tolley are scheduled, two left-handed hitters, and then Tejada. Spence, after being almost perfect, this young Australian did have to take some medicine on the road trip, and in one of those tough losses in New York, he walked in the winning run with the bases loaded. And in Cincinnati, gave up a 3-run home run to Jay Bruce.
Hey, 26 games for the left-hander. I'll take that. I'll take one mulligan for every 26 outings, huh? It's a pretty good ratio, don't you think?
Except there were 2 mulligans on that road trip.
No, I'll take 2.
All right. Just to keep it realistically or statistically correct. Pridey walked, scored. Walked, scored. Singled. Tried to bunt his way on and was thrown out by Forsythe. 2-0. His control has just been amazingly good until the road trip.
And that's uncharacteristic, because that was the book on Josh Spence when he was called up.
That 4-pitch walk brought in to face the left-handed batter, and Pridey is on again. 4 times he's been aboard. Lead-off walk. And that brings up Tolley. 2-run homer, RBI single, infield smash for a hit and a walk. Pridey and Tolley have been on base 8 out of 9 times. He bunts foul. So in the last 2 games that he's pitched, he's walked 5 and now 6 with the leadoff walk to Pridey. One and one. Tejada on deck, and then Scott Hairston in the hole as the Mets play for 1 run here in the 10th inning. Two and one, so 7 pitches, 6 of them out of the strike zone.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, I'll mention it again, very uncharacteristic. And usually Josh Spence with his fastball and his breaking ball, he's around the plate throwing strikes.
Chad Qualls working in the bullpen. Takes a strike, 2-2. Well, Padres might have been better off had he bunted the way Tolley's been hitting him. 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs tonight and a walk. Gives up a little on the handle. Outside, 3-2.
I think he's going to have to throw him a strike here. You know, if you walk him, runners in the scoring position, maybe challenge him with some type of off-speed pitch in the zone, have him hit it on the ground. My point being, Josh Spence falling behind, he can't expand that strike zone with that breaking ball that a lot of left-handed hitters would fish at if they were in the hole.
Meanwhile, a big inviting hole between first and second. Tolley could pull it. And he walks. So something's happened to young Josh Spence. All of a sudden, he can't throw strikes. And Bud Black is going to go to the bullpen. It's amazing. Until the road trip, when he walked 5 in the 2 games that he pitched, he'd only walked 6 all season. And now he's walked 7 in 3 games. Alberto Gonzalez will play short, replacing Bartlett on the double switch. And Chad Qualls comes in, no one out, and 2 men on. A couple of walks for Pridey and Tolley as the Mets threaten again. File brought to you by RCP Block and Brick. You can create a pathway through your garden with easy to install stepping stones at RCP Block and Brick. Busy 2011 season for the veteran right-hander, his 61st game. There are his numbers. He has made more appearances than any Padre. In fact, Bell tonight, it was his 50th, so 10 more than anyone else. Well, let's see what he can do here. He inherits the problem created by Josh Spence walking two men.
Well, the double play obviously is the thing in order here, and with the power sinker, the turbo sinker, as Tony Gwynn calls it, that would come into play quite nicely. So infielders be ready, but
he'll be bunting.
He'll be bunting it over here.
I mean, he had totally bunting, but Spence couldn't force the issue.
Could also be a tough pitch to bunt, that hard sinker.
They got the play on, and he fouls at the plate. So they're going to charge Forsythe and have Gonzalez, the shortstop, cover third, hoping they could get the force there.
As soon as that leg is kicked by Chad Qualls, everybody is in motion. Logan Forsythe giving the signs at third base.
Padre fans trying to drown out the "Let's go Mets" cry. One and one. Heavy sinker there. Yeah. 94.
And did you notice on that play they changed it up because Forsythe stayed at third. Bartlett stayed at, Gonzalez stayed at short. You know, sometimes runners, they put the wheel play on first, right? A runner might think, hey, they're going to do it again. You might catch that guy trying to, try to beat the shortstop to third base.
Gives it up early, Tejada. And it's a good bunt. Falls to first base. Hudson covering, and Friday goes to third, Tolley to second. The young kid at 21 does his job. Scott Hairston in a position to punish his former team. Padres will have to draw the infield in, try to cut off the runner at home plate. So infield tight, hitter's delight for Scott Hairston. Grounded into a double play in the 8th inning.
Ooh, we got squeezed on that one. That was a strike.
That sure looked good.
Yeah.
First base open, but with the speedy Pagan on deck, a left-handed hitter. They're going to work to Hairston. Ground ball, glove by Gonzalez, but he can't get the runner at the plate. They do get the next runner. Good job by Hudson to field a very difficult throw after Gonzalez saved a run by keeping that ball in the infield, but he couldn't get up in time to get Friday scoring. It's 5-4. Fielder's choice for Hairston.
Well, that's what happens when you draw the infield in. You cut down the range. A great effort by Gonzalez. And how about the athleticism, Orlando Hudson? Timing that jump perfectly. Sure, the Mets get a run out of this, but the Padres erase a runner. Oh, that was so close at third base.
6-4-5 on the putout. Fielder's choice. Hairston gets an RBI. And he's at first base with 2 out. And Pagan the hitter. So the leadoff walk, and well, you know the rest. Pagan homered against Qualls last week in New York. So they figured they'd take their chances with Hairston. And they almost made the play. Hairston didn't hit it hard, but hit it in the right spot where Gonzalez could only keep it on the infield. Ground ball, second baseman Hudson. Inning is over, but without the aid of a base hit, the Mets have taken the lead 5-4. Coming up in the bottom of the 10th, Blanks, Hudson, and Hundley against the veteran Isringhausen. Comes in to work the 10th inning. 3 outs away from his 300th career save. Continues to be an outstanding pitcher, reinventing himself. Career seemed to be over a couple, 3 years ago. Here he is back as the ace in the bullpen with Frankie Rodriguez traded away. Blanks with a big cut. He's 2 for 3 tonight with an RBI double. Mike Baxter, the former Padre, is in right field. Called up in the series with the Padres last week and delivered a couple of hits. Two and one. That's pretty good stuff on the fastball. 92. Six innings and rather 40 2/3 innings, only 31 hits, and the count levels at 2-2. He has given up 6 home runs.
Four-pitch pitcher, fastball, cutter, curve, change.
Protects, and it's 2-2. And the Padres in their 14th extra inning game tonight. They're 4-9 on the season. The Mets 5-5. Struck him out.
Well, Jason Isringhausen trying to record his 300th career save tonight, and it was 10 years ago on this date, August 15th, 2001, that Trevor Hoffman recorded his 300th save, and the late Mike Darr squeezes it for save number 300.
Isringhausen trying to become the 23rd in history to reach 300 in saves. Outside, Orlando Hudson. Infield hit and a walk tonight, 1 for 3. His walk with 1 out in the 8th inning led to the tying run as pinch hitter Jesus Guzman knocked him in. Foul back. Nick Hundley on deck. Two and one. Two and two.
Well, I remember the days of Jason Isringhausen. You know, I know you guys talked about it in New York, about coming around full circle again back with the Mets. Originally drafted by the Mets. I remember Isringhausen, Bill Pulsiver. Remember, those were the 1-2 punches. And Paul Wilson, the third guy out of Florida State, that was going to be the 1-2-3 guys in that Mets rotation for a long, long time.
Inside, 3 and 2. And then he went to St. Louis, where he was an outstanding closer for the Cardinals. Led the league 2004 with 47 saves. Ball 4. Hudson is aboard. Battles for a walk. 1 out here in the 10th. Tying run at first, and the potential winning run will come to the plate. Nick Hundley, a single in 4 trips. Alberto Gonzalez is on deck. Hudson with a good bluff, as if he was going to steal. Outfield again at doubles depth. And everyone, Hairston, Pagan, Baxter, way back to prevent the extra base hit. Lots of room to dump one over the infield.
And the only thing going over their heads is a home run.
Line drive, base hit, right field. Hudson will pull up at second on Hundley's sharp single. So the winning run is on.
So nice and easy that swing was for Nick Hundley. Isringhausen hangs a little cutter or slider, and he just stays on it nicely. Little lob job right out there to right field. Nicely done. That was a cutter that stayed elevated, didn't have much action to it.
Alberto Gonzalez batting for the first time. While his average is low, his RBI production is high, 25. Fastball strike. Logan Forsythe would be next. Now the outfield pulls in at regular depth. That opens up some gaps in the alleys, left and right center. He hung one, a curveball, but way out in front was Gonzalez.
Oh, look at the tilt on this one. That is nose to toes. You don't see good curveballs like that. Not the best hack also from Alberto. Kind of a 2 or 3 part swing there. That yacker really fooling him.
Isringhausen ahead on the count, 2 strikes. In the dirt. Good stop by Tolley. Curveball. He's seen it all, Isringhausen. Will be 39 next month. Hudson ready to roll from second, the tying run. He just did spoil that one. Not much of a swing there either. He was fooled. Winning run at first base in Hundley. Mets in front 5-4. Outside. Did he go? No. That was close. Cutter.
Oh, the Padres catch a break. Thank you.
Out of play.
Some of the pitches from Isringhausen, other than that curveball, have been up in the zone, it looks like. The cutter has been up. Remember, Nick Hundley stayed inside that ball nicely to right field. The foul ball there to Gonzalez was an elevated pitch.
Hudson at second, Hundley at first. 2-2. Up the middle. And they'll settle for one. As Tejada goes to first base and Hudson moves to third, Hundley to second. So the tie and winning run in scoring position with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 10th.
Chopper rushing, and he's at second base, but you know what? He's banking on the Padres. You know, they've got to get a 2-out knock. He doesn't want to try to throw. The base was actually behind him.
Yeah, but he had him there if he wanted it.
He would have to do the old flip throw behind him with his momentum going towards first base. That would have been a tough play. Get the sure out.
So young Forsythe, the rookie, a chance to be the hero. He has doubled to center field and scored tonight. Hit by a pitch, 1 for 3. Line drive. Tejada knocks it down, picks it up, and throws him out. And the ball game is over. The Mets have won it in 10 innings, 5-4. Winning it without the aid of a base hit here in the top of the 10th. And Forsythe hit the ball hard, but Tejada able to block it and get the final out at first base. So a tough one for the Padres, who battled so hard to tie it, but the Mets come away with a win. And the veteran Jason Isringhausen, they celebrate his 300th career save. We'll be back with the final totals. The score 5-4 Mets. We pause for these words.